Hey, what's up, everybody? This episode is about our favorite games growing up.
Quit playing games with my heart. Quit playing games with
Yes.
my heart. Quit playing games with
Yes.
my heart. Hey, what's up, everybody?
I'm Ranuma,
And I'm Iz.
and welcome to the R&I podcast. What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys? So
Hey.
today we'll be talking about our favorite games growing up.
And it doesn't even have to be like, video games. We're going to be talking about like what PC games, board games, and
Games that you used to play outside. Not going to say which ones, but
wait, we're
you'll
talking about
know.
basketball?
For us millennials, you'll know.
You talking about practice?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's for them athletic games.
Oh, I know. Who know? But
I didn't play those games very often.
so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna talk about, let's see, my first one off the list, Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm pretty sure I think everybody is aware of this. They've seen that movie with Jim Carrey. Awesome movie, by the way.
Jim Carrey
You know?
did an awesome job as Eggman, for sure.
Yeah, I was kind of iffy about it at first when he said he was going to be in the movie. I'm like, let me see how that plays out. But Sonic the Hedgehog, who does not like this? The hedgehog that collects rings and everything like that. So, yeah, I mean that's a classic right there.
Classic game.
Hedgehog, yeah. Another one is Super Mario. Who has not?
Oh, dude, Super Mario. Super Mario 64. I remember playing that a lot.
Yeah, Super Mario. Wasn't it also in was in Super Nintendo or the first one, right? Nintendo?
Yeah.
The very first Nintendo with those little the block ones, you know?
Right, where he was like red and purplish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, I was practically an infant when I played that game. Bro.
No, it was that one was pretty fun. It was very entertaining during, our time back then, even though it was like 2D and super pixelated. I mean, back then I didn't even know what pixelated means, but now I look back, I'm
Right.
like, super pixelated, but it was fun. It was fun.
As pictures got better.
And then the other game I grew up with was something called Twisted Metal. I don't know if you guys heard about Twisted
I
Metal.
love that game.
So basically, it's not about racing. It's actually the one picture that goes into my mind is the clown, the ice cream truck, and then they have a whole bunch of like ballistic muscles. So basically, the whole premise of the game is to just destroy each other.
Like a
And
battle royale.
yeah, like a cop car or a ice cream driver, like a big old monster truck. And
I forgot all their names too. I used to use that clown, the one that was always on the cover.
yeah, something tooth, like Sweet Tooth or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then the cop one. Yeah, there's a lot of characters in there. And then I don't know why they stopped, because it was actually gonna be I think if that game was out right now, they kept on going, it'll be almost like Fortnite, 'cause
Right,
it's
right.
battle royale, right? I think that'd be pretty cool. Next on my list is Final Fantasy 7 and 10. I believe, I don't know if you guys remember, but they remade 7 and 10. I know those are the ones that are like my favorites.
I only played 7.
Yeah, 7. No, 10 is actually pretty fun. My brother was like the passengers, like he was my backseat driver, telling me like, go there, use Auron. No, don't use like Titus, that's telling me what to do and stuff. And
Right.
we basically play that game as if we just wanted to get like the most out of it, leveling up and everything like that. And my favorite part of that game is the blitzball part. Man, I think I feel like I bought that game just to play blitzball. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I haven't played that.
And then we would recruit people in the game. But yeah, it's funny. All those side quests are just one of the things that I liked about Final Fantasy X. And then another Square Enix. It used to be SquareSoft, by the way. The producers or the makers. Of the
Oh
game.
yeah, SquareSoft.
Yes. Yeah. So now Square Enix. Square Enix. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. Have you played that one?
I have played it, and I am terrible at it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Funny story. So I beat the first one. All right. And then I got all the way to the second one, and I completed 99% of it, and I could not beat the boss. I couldn't beat the boss, and
Like
here
the
comes
final
my
boss?
yeah the final boss, and I don't even recall his name, but he was super difficult. And then here comes my sister Rose. She comes out of nowhere. She beats it like in one try, and I've already attempted like 17 times. So I played like 1% of the game, and then she's over here watching, and then she goes and plays. Like, oh, here, I got it. Boom.
She had like a different party. They're all like maxed out, leveled out.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I did all the grinding. You just did you just did all that work that needed to be done in a different way.
Right?
And then from then on, I think she became like very she was very in tune with Kingdom Hearts. She even got the DS games like the 1.5 and 2.5 and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot more to that story apparently. Moving on, Legends of Dragoon, not a popular game, but it's a 4-disc game.
I played that bad boy.
You did? All right. So what was? Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So like that was like, obviously like the battle mechanics are awesome. One person at a time would attack, and then next night it would be the same thing for the enemy. So when I first started playing that way, I thought it would be like, dude, I'm gonna lose because I'm stuck. However, like there's ways for you to evade and all that stuff to set yourself up to where you're not gonna get attacked. And I thought that was like a brilliant way to showcase battle mechanics.
Yeah. What do you think about the fact that it was a 4-disc game? Like, did it intimidate you at all? Because it did.
It did. But like, how Titanic had like 2 VHS tapes? Like, I just figured like, oh, we're going into the future. This has to be normal. Yeah. By the way, I only got to the second disc.
Yeah, for some reason the second disc was like the longest one. So, and after that, the work was really quick. And then the next one was Mega Man Legends on PlayStation. Mega Man is something that I grew up with. I played the Game Boy one, and then they had the Game Boy Color, and yeah, there was a whole bunch of the handheld games that I would just plug in Mega Man just to pass the time when we're traveling. The next one is super. You gotta think of it as like a super, like you're super Asian when you play this game. DDR. Dance Revolution.
That's that lose weight game. I did that. I went to the arcade for a whole month playing DDR. Yeah. I got better at it for sure, but I lost 5 pounds. I was a teenager when I was playing it, so that's saying a lot, really.
That was like last year too, so
high school, yeah. Super last year. I was just like ready.
But yeah, DDR was we would always tear up one pad, and then we would beg our parents to get another one because we always wanted to play like competition. Like there always has to be 2 of them when we're playing it, and yeah, that was a very popular game for me. One of my favorite ones. The next one is Double Dragons and Battletoads. Oh my goodness! I don't know if anybody knows about Double Dragons and Battletoads. I forgot their names, but they're I know the Battletoads name. It's funny to remember. It's like Zit or something like that, and Rash and Pimple or something that has to do with some kind of cosmetic disformity or whatever. It was kind of weird.
Face issues.
And, yeah, and then I think the names of the Double Dragons were Billy and Jimmy or something like that.
Billy was one of them. I don't know the other one.
I think it's like Jimmy or something like that because I remember playing as Jimmy all the time.
And it was crazy.
Double Dragon.
The guy who played one of the Double Dragons, they're in a movie. They're the host Iron Chef.
Oh, what?
Mo Fan, I think, or Mo. Yeah, Mo Fan. I think his name is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Wow. Dang. And then the last one, not the last one, but before I hand it off to is, oh man, this is gonna show my age, but Duck Hunt on Nintendo. Duck Hunt, man. I don't think anybody is gonna top that. Duck Hunt. Um, Man, yeah, very nostalgic. Me and my brother would fight over that little piece of, the gun just to shoot. And we would get so mad when we're like pointing it like right at the screen and we're not even shooting anything. And then we try to plug it in, like put it back in, put it out and stuff like that. Or you remember when you get the cartridges, you take it out, you you put it back inside thinking it'll fix the game.
Was there a dog in there like that would catch him?
Dude, I think so. The only thing I could remember about playing that game was fighting my brother over that game to play it.
So you'd wrestle. You'd have a wrestling match before the game started.
Dude.
I see.
Yeah,
That works.
Just to shoot those ducks. It's so crazy. But yeah, that's just I want to say half of my list. I have a lot more. I'm a super nerd
He's
man.
a gamer, guys. I'm an otaku. We'll talk about that on another day. But here are a couple of my games growing up. Now check it out. Now, some of y'all don't know, but I am originally from Hawaii, but I moved to Alaska as a kid. And when I moved to Alaska, one of the games that made a big impact on my life was NBA Jam on Sega. Yo, that was the game.
Yeah.
What you call it? The commentator was really what was the one that made the game for me. Like every time you do, like it was always cool when you do like a regular dunk, and then but when you get to that perfect zone and then you just start shooting high up in the air and then you just see like white flashes of camera flashes, just
yeah,
boom, and then you hear the commentator go boom shakalaka, you know.
Yeah, as soon as you see those cameras flashing, you know it's done. It's done.
You know it's the dopest thing. Yeah, totally. And then and you get the commentator would be like, "Oh, you're on fire," and the freaking the net would go ablaze and everything like that. Oh, it was so cool, so cool.
Yeah, and
he's on fire. Yeah, he's on fire, or from downtown. You know what I mean? And he shoots a brick. You would just want to like slap the guy because you just messed up a little bit.
I was like, dude, be quiet. I'm trying to focus here.
Right. And I would use teams like the Charlotte Hornets with Larry Johnson and Kendall Gill, and I would also use Orlando Magic because Shaq was on there. And for me, Shaq was like the coolest dude. He played Kazam. You know what I'm saying? He broke backboards. I know nothing about the NBA, to be completely honest, but I knew everything about Shaq. That dude was cool. He couldn't throw a free throw apparently, but
no, he can throw it down.
He can shatter backboards. Okay, that's crazy. All right, so the next one for me is also Randolph said. He said Sonic the Hedgehog. That was the same for me, but not only on Sega, it was also on Dreamcast, which is also made by Sega. But the first Sega, I love the coin gathering stage. That's the one where you just kind of like kind of go the half pipe, and then sometimes you got to go run over in a circle to get like the whole circle of rings. And those stages are always fun because they will help you collect points and you know what I mean, and what have you. So on the Dreamcast though, it was more like story. It was like a story mode, Yeah. And you could be different characters. Like I was able to be Knuckles, Tails, and there was others that I can't really remember the names. Like I don't play any of the Sonic stuff anymore, but I know Knuckles because of and so when I played it on Dreamcast, I loved the game, the story mode. They had also Sonic Go Gold, which was super dope. He was able to fight this water thing. I forgot what that was called. I think it was called Chaos. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Did Shadow Sonic come out that time too, or
he was in the second one?
He was in the second one, right? Okay.
Yeah, he was like red and black.
Yup.
I was
I
like,
think
yeah.
I think Shadow's my favorite. He's like an anti-hero to me.
Mm.
He's like Deadpool.
There was a third one too, I think, in the next one, but I think that was like a different game altogether.
Yeah.
Uh, so the soundtrack was also fun for me. Like, I forgot one of the characters, but he was one of the heavyset characters, and he had the dopest soundtrack. And it was just like super chill. It's like you hear the beach in the background. You know, being from Hawaii, that's really very relaxing. So just that.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. So aside from NBA Jam, I used to play that at my cousin's house. My cousin Dustin, what's up? Also, my cousin's house. We played on PC, and the game was called Road Rage. Now, Road Rage was like a more hardcore version of Mario Kart. Nothing the same. It's not like crazy where you can throw a shell at them. Nah, like you got to get next to the bike and you can kick them off. You can use like a bat or chains,
goodness.
and you can just throw them off course. You don't die. You just go off course. But that was one of my first PC games ever. One of my favorite games to play. And what's funny about it is my cousin is the one who taught me how to play that game. And he was like 3 years old or 4 years old teaching me how to play that game. Next game. Okay, so some of y'all may know. Some of y'all may not know. 007, GoldenEye, baby. What's up? What's up?
That's like one of the original FPSs out there, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, like, I've played that. That was my first-person shooter game ever to really play. And then when you played like the campaign, it was dope because you had to, do certain objectives, and if you didn't do it correctly, you get caught, you die, you start all over, the whole thing. But what made the game dope was the multiplayer.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's when like people started screen viewing or whatever, where people would look at where you're at in the level so they can find you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing because I didn't really do that. I was so focused on my little square of the TV.
Yeah.
These days people bring over their consoles and a TV screen, and they got the whole screen. Back in my day, we had one screen with 4 different screens on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they still have the same mechanics now, but I mean, it is more common for you to have your own screen.
So it's funny that you bring that up because in the PlayStation, I don't know if you remember, you got that V thing where you plug in the 2 controllers so you can play. Multi-tap. So I'll be playing like it'd be either basketball or the wrestling game. So it'd be like 2 against 2 or whatever. Or racing. I was always keen towards multiplayer games or anything that's like racing, fighting, sports, anything that has more than 2 players. Because I grew up with my brother and my sister, so we all had to play,
Right.
And we
right.
had cousins that would come in, so we would have to. We brought them in. Every time they come over, we would play with them too. So we try to get like party. I guess I should say party games or anything that involves more than 2 players. But yeah, GoldenEye, for some reason, it reminds me of this game called Red Faction. I don't know if you heard about that. Red Faction. It's very similar to that. You same thing, first person shooter, and you respawn. And I don't know. I don't remember what got me hooked onto that game, but I also got the part 2. So I don't remember. I just don't remember. It was just fun, It was really fun.
All right. I think that's it for my first half.
All right. So all right, we're gonna go. We're gonna move on because man, there's a lot. Oh gosh. All right. I think I got like quite a few more before we hit up is second half of it. But Mortal Kombat. Man, we're like in what, 11? We're in 11 now. Dude, same player. I'm always playing Scorpion. That's my dude right there.
And remember the channels with all the heads like of who you destroy or you beat.
Yeah.
You go gray.
Man, I don't know if you remember playing the first Mortal Kombat, but you remember how many players were there or characters?
Oh, there was tons.
There was
in different order too.
No, the basic ones, like the most. The very first, there's like what, 8 or 10 of them. you know?
I think it was like about 10, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there's like a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of buttons.
More different colored ninjas, more ladies.
Like Smoke, Cyrus.
Smoke, Cyrus. Yeah. Then you had what is that?
And then Reptile is always changing his appearance like every single time.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a green ninja, I'm a lizard. Yeah.
He's like, I'm a green ninja lizard. Like out of nowhere.
Lizard.
And then so besides Mortal Kombat, we played Street Fighter. I went up against my brother a lot when playing fighting games. So in Mortal Kombat, he played Sub-Zero, I played Scorpion. And Street Fighter, I was kind of forced to play Ken because he kept picking Ryu. So or Ryu.
Nice. I was normally Ryu or Blanca.
Yeah, Blanca, dude, he's a cheat code. You just sit there and become like an electricity ball, man.
I used to spam the A button. Was it one, two? Wait, you said Super Nintendo. The A button.
Yeah, one of the buttons. You just kept button mashing it, and you become like a big ball of like electricity.
Right.
And then another game is Duke Nukem. I don't know if you remember that one.
I didn't play that one.
Duke Nukem was like one of the. I think it was a PC game, and I think that was one of my first PC games that I played. And it was pretty gory for my age when I was playing, but then back then it was like nothing, you know. And then so I'm moving into another PC game. It's called Maple Story. One of my buddies.
Maple Story.
Have you played Maple Story?
No, I've only heard of it from all my anime peeps.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's fun. It's really fun. It's just 2D, and I think it's still going on. You're like this little chibi character collecting stuff and beating monsters up in the 2D world. Mm-hmm. And then I believe the same company that created Maple Story, the next one on my list is called Mabinogi, also from PC. Yeah, so
I heard of that.
I actually played that for a little bit. At first I was a human, and then I was a giant in that game, and I would switch between the characters, and then all of a sudden my sister got into it, and then she's all over Mabinogi, and she plays more games than me, by the way. So he's like all over that PC. But I stopped. How old is that game? That game is I want to say since 2007 or 8. Oh
geez. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Maple Story was around that time. Yeah.
Yeah. So another one is Tekken. Are we like in what? Tekken 7 right now? Tekken 7?
I thought it was like 8 or 9. I'm not sure.
But either way, Law, dude, that dude is like another cheat code. Him and Yoshimitsu, they just button mash the whole time.
Yeah, if you're good with Yoshimitsu, yeah, that could be a difficult fight. However, I've beaten, I think it was Tekken 2 or 3, whenever Eddie Gordo got introduced to the game. I beat that game in all levels.
3, yeah. I was just gonna say that. Eddie, dude, he was just unstoppable.
Do you remember the there was like a all you can fight kind of mode?
Survival mode.
Yeah. I went all the way to the end.
Oh, did you? Shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know how far I got, but I used him and Paul Phoenix. The dude with the
big hair. And what about that one cop guy? The one he has that little like vest for guns.
Oh man, I forgot his name. But I know who you're talking about. But the Drunken Master dude, he's pretty good. He's still there.
Wait, is he the same guy?
Yeah, he's still the same guy. He just gets
no. The Drunken Master, isn't he the cop too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Yeah, he's still there, and every Tekken that comes out, he gets just a little bit older, just a little bit. Tekken could be like spread out within 50 years. He only gained 1 year. Like when you look at martial law, or when you look at law, He doesn't have a mustache, but now he has one like one of those long ones.
When I look at Law, I think of myself.
Man, and then I look at myself as Paul because that dude hits hard. Man. All right, then the next one is WWE SmackDown, or when they switched over to SmackDown versus Raw.
I was always Brock Lesnar.
Man, I was playing as a Rock the whole time. That was my dude. That was my first minute.
F5.
So I was playing that, and then yeah, and then I think everybody's playing this now. Pokemon with the Pokemon Go. But I played Pokemon when it was in the very old Game Boy with the purple buttons and the gray, and it's big. Cool, man. I'm showing
the memories. Memories. Yeah, no, I was just playing Pokemon Go earlier today. Well, actually, I was driving. I had my brother play for me.
Oh, okay. I was going to be like, wait, you're playing Pokemon Go while driving? Wow.
Yeah, normally, yeah. I wouldn't do that. I was
like, I'm a passenger.
I don't play that game while driving. That's a dangerous thing.
I'm a passenger. Don't worry about me. And another one was another Game Boy game I kept playing was Wario versus Bomberman. I feel like that was fun too. So yeah, that is my list. It's a lot, but those are the ones that I can remember playing the whole time, and I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch more.
20. I don't got
you should see Alvin's collection. He has like my friend Alvin from Hawaii. He has a whole bunch of games, man. I think he got me into like half of those games.
He got me playing that one Walking Dead game on the Xbox, or no, he was playing on PlayStation, and then I bought it on Xbox because it was awesome.
I thought it was on
PC. Didn't finish it. What was that?
I thought it was on PC.
Because
I remember
he played it on a PS4 the first time.
Oh, okay.
And then we played it on his PC the second time.
Yeah, and that was pretty fun.
That was awesome. I ended up buying it like 3 seasons.
Played that in the in one of my birthday parties, huh?
Yeah. Living it up.
That was pretty fun. So what you got? What else you got there?
All right. Okay, guys, y'all ready for this? I don't think y'all ready for this. Y'all ready for this? Halo, the first game.
Oh.
I absolutely loved this game. Like it was incredible. Like one of my favorite parts of the game is actually the Needler. You know, that's the one that the homing bullets. Are you kidding me? And then they explode on your body.
So that's a cheat code right there. That's
oh yeah.
Who had that was like, don't even talk to me. You know.
And then the second thing was I thought it was funny. Like I wasn't. Like when I started the game, I didn't start it from the very beginning. My friend had already, played a little bit. And so when I got to a certain part in the level, he's all like, don't shoot them. And I'm like, pa, pa, pa. Messed up. Everybody woke up. It was bad. I lost. Okay, I ended up dying. And he's like, no, okay, when they're asleep, you want to melee attack them. I was like, melee? What's that? And then he's all, you got to just press, what was it? B. No, X, B. Is it X? I forgot. Okay. Press it, and then boom, knock them over. So they're normally just like just chilling right here, like, and they're like, boom, and they go, and like they made this loud sound, and when you meleeed them in the back, and that was funny. I thought it was funny. And then also the multiplayer was awesome, specifically in the second edition, where they had the Warthog, the Banshees, the Ghost, all in. Oh, what was that big? What was that level? It was like 2 bases, like bunkers.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh man, red versus blue.
Yeah, red versus blue was they made a comedy skit from it,
Yeah, and there's also like besides of on the mountain ranges, there's like secret passages to find like a sniper rifle. And I'm gonna say that I was one of the best in my circle of friends. When I would say that I would use a shotgun, I was like on point.
Dang.
I think my buddy Eric was probably a little bit better than me, but maybe I'm pretty sure I was pretty good, but I don't know.
We should revisit this one day again.
Oh yeah, I'll probably be junk now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Halo was a very big part of my childhood. I think I was like 10 or 11 when that bad boy came out. It was awesome. The next game. So my cousin Dustin, he bought this one game for N64, and it was called Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh man.
Yes.
I remember that one.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the soundtrack, the gameplay, the there's also videos of like people bailing or getting into accidents, I guess you could say, where their skateboard would break or would slip under their foot, and their cross gets stuck on the rail, and that doesn't look good at all. You see people just like scrape their knees on the stairs. Ooh. And literally in the whole game, you're trying to collect these tapes to watch these tapes. And this was the first game, and then the second game came in, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and blew it away. I mean, wow, got me running inside alone.
I think you hit it right there with the soundtrack. The soundtrack was just one of the best ones in any game that I played, I think. And I know it's a different genre that is, I don't think it's that popular anymore, but the soundtrack itself is just really, it's just really good. There's no words.
Ska. They got a huge ska vibe in it, like.
Oh, there are a whole bunch of them. Actually. In there, it was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Even in the third installment, and I think there was one 2.5 or 3.5. I forget which and a half it was. But one of those had Papa Roach in them, and I forgot what song it was, but every single one. And then even going into the Tony Hawk, what was that? Tony Hawk Pro. Oh, I forgot, but it was like after it. It was a series. You had a best friend who caught you filming on camera or whatever, or skating on camera, sent it to the pros, and they liked you, and then you ultimately go head to head in front with each other, and that was cool. Yeah. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater, if you guys like that, go ahead and share it, and what do you like about that game? Because I know a lot of people played that game,
or just any game. Just throw it out there. We'll talk about it.
Right. And then okay, so the next game is actually more like a type of game. So I'm really big on RPG games, fantasy RPG games. So I love a lot of the Tales series. So like I played games like Tales of Symphonia 1 and 2, Tales of Legendia, Tales of Vesperia. I'm pretty sure I played other Tales, but like there's tons of them, and they're all great. I played this like at the end of my high school career. The last game I played was Tales of Vesperia, and I played that around 2014, so it was like 6 years ago. So I wouldn't say that's really my childhood, but that was, I love the Tales series. It's good, and it also reminds me a lot about anime, and they make animes about the gameplay.
That's true. My sister plays this game all the time. She has all the Tales ones.
She gave me the what is that? The album?
Yeah.
The album for one of them.
Mm-hmm. She's like all over these games. I'm like, what's so? It looks cool. I don't know why it just didn't really like grab a hold on me. I don't. Maybe it's because the RPG games is not my thing anymore because of the time that you need to play it. So.
But yeah, you definitely need a lot of time to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So like those are the main games for me that I grew up with, and here's a couple of honorable mentions. So earlier I said GoldenEye, but there was also another game that I used to play similar with the whole spy thing. It was Mission Impossible for N64, and the face mask technology was so cool because in the game. These days, you can see people like putting it on like a hat or something. But back in the day, you just do this, and then boom, you got a new face. Yeah. And yeah, so Mission Impossible for their with the cool, their tech, their tech
I remember that
mechanics. There you go. That was cool for a Mission Impossible. Crash Bandicoot. I don't know if you guys remember, but he used to have this like floating like tribal mask.
Yeah, what is it? What is it called?
We used to call it the Booga Booga.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would like that's how he would like spawn into the game. And basically he is like your shield. He's like a Karibo if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, that was my favorite part of Crash Bandicoot, and the whole fact that you're just running, trying to avoid whatever's behind you, like a big rock or maybe an avalanche.
I'll do you one better. What about Crash Team Racing? The one that just they redid it for PS4.
They did?
Yeah.
I did play Crash the racing one, but I didn't own the game, so I didn't get to play it as much.
I had that game for like a long time ago on PS, I think 1 or 2, and they did like a revamp on that, and the graphics looks so amazing. It looks just like,
I bet. You remember when Crash used to promote Pizza Hut? Or
yeah,
promote Pizza Hut? Yeah. And then, okay. So Road Rage was one of my favorite games to play on PC back in the day, back in 1997, 98.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there was PC games back then, y'all. I got it. Anyway, so the game was called Backyard Baseball. Y'all don't know, but that game was legitimate. Okay, you were on a team with a couple of your schoolmates, and you just played in the backyard, kind of like a sandlot. It was dope. That deserves an honorable mention. Chex Quest, another game that I played around the same time as Road Rage. You're literally the Chex cereal guy, and you fight slimes. That's it.
Was that from like school, or I don't remember playing that game?
No, that was just it was just a PC game. Oh, that would change my whole first person shooter games. It'd be Chex Quest was my first person shooter.
Yeah.
But there was no multiplayer though. And then next, of course, I love the Road Rage, but I also did like Mario Kart. But Mario Party was legit.
No.
Why? Because it had tons of different games. It didn't make the game boring and very mundane. You could share it with tons of friends, and some friends are better than you in other things, and you're to them. Awesome. Next would be Smash Brothers. Everybody knows that's normally how some arguments are ended if you are a Nintendo player. So now I did a lot of PC. I did a lot of console. Now I'll bring up board games. So there's Crossfire. I don't know if you guys did you play that right off?
Crossfire? No, I haven't.
Yeah. So my cousin Nawal,
back in the day.
Back in Hawaii before I moved to Alaska, I didn't really play on a lot of video games. I did play a golf game when we first got a computer back in like '96. But my cousin always had board games, and there was this board game called Crossfire. And what it is that you have to try to shoot as many of these little silver pellets into the other side's goal. And I forgot the rest of the mechanics, but it's called Crossfire, old school game on the old school board game, and you guys would love it even if you played it today. However, if you have any infants nearby, I would definitely keep them away from it because there's very small pieces. The next board game would be Sorry. My brother calls it the Hershey Kiss game because they look like Hershey Kisses.
The little Hershey Kiss. Just color
and there's also card games like Speed. Remember Speed? You play Speed? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also Rummy. Rummy back in elementary school. Rummy, I used to. Also, in elementary school in Alaska, there was these things called Happy Stars, and you get Happy Stars by getting good grades, by helping out clean the classroom, helping teachers, whatever it is. They give you these Happy Stars. Well, me and my classmates used to play for Happy Stars, so we would bet for Happy Stars, and every Thursday or Tuesday or Thursday, one of the counselors would bring this huge kind of like dolly full of candy, full of toys, full of cool stuff. And you pay it with your Happy Stars.
Yeah,
it's dope. And then these two last games are games that are normally done with the group. In class, we used to play this game called Heads Up 7 Up. So you do one of these. You put your head down, and then one of your friends pushes your thumb down, However, if they didn't put your thumb down, that means you weren't chosen. But if you were, you have to keep it down, and then when heads up comes up, you gotta guess who selected you. It was cool when they just selected you, but it whack when they didn't. My gosh.
In that game.
Yeah. And the last thing would be Red Rover. How many times did y'all like just try to like do this, you know, like try to break their hands with this? I learned later on that I could no longer do that to the girls as I got older, because I was like, rah! You know, because with me and my boys, I do the same thing, but I would think the girls, but nah. But luckily they broke their hands, and they're like, what are you doing? Calm down. I was like, I'm trying to win. I'm sorry. But those are my honorable mentions. Those are my games that I grew up with. Randall, if you got any honorable mentions?
I just have a few. Like I said, I can't remember all of them, but growing up, I did play the Pokemon trading card game, which my son right now is like all over those, but he doesn't play. He just collects all the GXs and the Vs, I guess.
The cool looking cards.
Yeah, the ones that are like holographic. Man, if I was able to get my hands on one of the holographic cards, you'd be like one of the cool kids at school, But now it's like you're able to just they're more accessible than back then. And I was telling him that on my way back, walking home from middle school, I would pick up like the pack of booster packs or cards, whatever.
Yep.
I think back to how do you remember how much they were back then? They were like
they're like $3.99.
Yeah, $3.99, and so they only gave you
like. I remember that.
Yeah. I love it. Because so I would tell them every week I get allowance, and so there's a 7-Eleven on the way home when walking home in Sacramento. I would pick up one pack of Pokemon cards, one of those little Debbie snacks because there was 99 cents, so I can eat on the way home, and then I would get a taquito. Get one of them taquitos. So that's the only thing. When I'm walking home, I'm looking at the cards and eating at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
And then
you're lucky, same man. Your 7-Eleven had cards.
And then another one was Yu-Gi-Oh. I played Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit here. And then going to the board. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was pretty fun. I don't know. It just got a little boring to me because I don't know. It's just I went back to Pokemon.
Great. Yeah.